Welcome back, everybody, to the Pittsburgh Force chapter of the Neptunes franchise here on NBA 2K24. Last episode, we had quite a crazy game, a back-and-forth first half, but then the second half completely went the wrong way, and we gave up almost 80 second-half points to end up losing by 14 points despite having a 13-point halftime lead. Very disappointing performance, especially there in those last two quarters. Person had a pretty off day, but I think he'll be alright. But Castro has shown that he still has a lot of work to do offensively. Now, he was pretty good on the glass in this game, but it just was not enough to get us to win. His defense was great, though, with 2 steals and 4 blocks. He continues to show what he can do on that side of the ball. But, thinking about the future of this team, he might be more of a role player, kind of a bench guy to come in and get us some better defense. I think center could be kind of a target for us. Once we get a quick look at free agents, once the offseason comes around, or if we look at the draft and there's a guy that can play good offense and be maybe, hopefully, like near where Castro currently is defensively. We'll take a look at centers in our next scouting deep dive, which should be at the end of the episode, because we're probably going to finish off year 2 today. The goal here with the last month of the season is to see if this team can hold on to this play-in tournament spot. We currently have the 10th seed, which is just enough to get into the postseason. But coming off that loss, who really knows how well we're going to play the rest of the year, especially with a lot of road games coming up on the schedule. We got a very tight game here against the Brooklyn Nets on the road in New York. So let's go take them on and see if we can, start the second climb back to 500 after a 2-game losing streak. We got 5 minutes left to play. Brooklyn currently leads by 1 single point, 100-99. So a tough road game here against B.I., Josh Giddey, and Jarris Walker, but hopefully we can close this game out. What a block by Person. He has showed both offense and defense all year long. Supposed to work on his consistency, but that will be kind of a struggle for most rookies, I think. So not going to worry about that too much. Now, can we put the ball in the hoop? Wilson Towns drills the triple, and Pittsburgh leads by 2. That is not our first lead. Outside the arc, this is Jarris Walker, unable to respond as Wilson Towns pulls down the rebound. Screen from Person. Towns tries again. 2 in a row from downtown. He's got 22 points here in this game, 10 here in the fourth quarter. Under 4 to play now at the Barclays Center. The fadeaway won't drop in from B.I., and he looks pretty tired out there too, as does Josh Giddey. Fast break 3. Castro still is yet to hit one in a showcase game. Eventually, it will fall, but Hernandez on the other end drops it in for 2. Castro in this game, once again, not shooting well, 3 for 13. It's fed inside. A nice pump fake by Towns, but his shot is blocked on the second attempt. It stays with Pittsburgh. Thomas turns it over on the handoff. Giddey pulls up off the window, a bit too strong. Lane opens up. Hardy with a scoop layup, and it's in and out. It's unlucky. All the way to the 10. The pull-up won't drop for Giddey. We get it back, leading by 3. Giddey now 7 for 12. Person around the rim and outs. Got a weird matchup here. Giddey guarded by Person. The shot from Rodriguez will not tie things up. And we turn the ball over on the other end. Person lost it. Hernandez just completely bodies Castro. That's got to be a push-off. Thomas has yet to take a shot here since we have jumped in. He won't take one here. Hardy over Ingram. No good. High ball screen. Pick and roll. Stolen by Castro. Make it up for the previous play. Can we turn this into points? He's going to try it himself, and he got it to go. Timeout, Brooklyn. Under 90 seconds here to play. Ingram pump fakes, goes up with it, and he has yet to score in these last 5 minutes. Hardy dumps it inside. Castro, a bit too strong this time. There's still a chance for the Nets here. From the charity line, Ingram finally knocks one down thanks to that screen from Hernandez. Only 12 points here in this game for BI, but he shot pretty well from the floor. It's a 1-point game. Jimmy Thomas with it. Josh Giddey. Good on-ball defense. Thomas can't knock it down. Need a stop on this possession right here. It's dumped inside. Hernandez, the one-legged fade in and out. In the corner, Thomas. No good, it's tipped out, but we have nobody there. Serb brings it up, dumps it inside. Hernandez puts Brooklyn on top by 1. The fast break gives them a 1-point lead. The Barclays crowd is on their feet, and they are loud here in the waning moments of this ball game. One shot will win this game. It's under 5. Thomas for the win. He got it with 1.4. The Nets call timeout. He makes up for the earlier miss. And Pittsburgh leads by 2. What a shot. The Nets advance the ball with that timeout. They have to shoot immediately. Walker to serve. He's open. Oh, I thought he was going to beat the buzzer. Pittsburgh escapes here on the road in New York. What a finish. Some late heroics from Wilson Towns and Jimmy Thomas. And our backcourt wins us this game. Despite 29 from Hernandez and 24, 11 and 6 for Josh Giddey, the Pittsburgh Force, thanks to a second-half comeback led by Thomas and Towns, end up with a very close win. And a home game against our former team. We're actually playing them pretty darn well here. They're still second place in the conference, and we are going to approach the fourth quarter with a nice lead. But they're trying to climb back in this game. They lead by less than 10. They're closing the gap here. 5-point lead, 4:32 to go. Let's jump in for the rest. You got Jovanovic, Boyd, Duran Agbaji, and Dave Fox out there right now to potentially close this game out. Boyd a bit tired out there, guarded by the second overall pick, Dustin Person. Pittsburgh leads by 5. They're trying to close the gap within a single score, but Boyd's shots around the rim and no good. On the other end, we turn the ball over on kind of a lazy pass from Clint Hardy. Jovanovic misses the open trifecta. Lucky break. Towns, nice little step back move. He spins and throws it up. Fouled by his former teammates.
Second personal foul. 2 shots.
First free throw. Up and good from Wilson Towns. To make it a 7-point lead. It's in there. Naz Reid and Hilliard check in for the Neptunes as Jovanovic nearly turns the ball over. But it's kept alive. Jovanovic pumps. Has to shoot. No good, but Duran is on the glass for 2. Hardy dumps it inside for Person. Naz Reid guarding. Person throws it up. Contested shot. That's not easy. And it's no good off the window. Under 3 minutes to play here in Pittsburgh. Neptunes still trying to fight back in this game. They've outscored us in both quarters so far. Jovanovic blocked by Person. That's 2 straight games and with a rejection. He could really become like an all-around player. His three's no good. Ball's tipped out and Hilliard comes down with it. Duran back to him. He pumps and lays it in. 1-score game. Hardy with it. Back to Person down low. Will he try it again? No, he won't. He hands it off, and we're not going to get a clean shot here. Hardy just jacks one up. That almost went in. Now under 2 minutes to go. We're in danger of potentially blowing this slim lead. The screen from Duran. The shot from Jovanovic makes it a 1-point game. Someone's got to score here. Hardy has a chance. 4-point lead. Big shots by the second-year small forward. Down to the corner. Hilliard answers right back. Gotta keep putting the ball in the hoop. Castro cuts and jams it in. He hangs on the rim for a statement jam. Timeout, Virginia Beach. Acklewood yet to score since we have jumped in this game. Naz Reid with it. Now to Boyd again. Picked up by Clint Hardy. Trying to get around him. From the elbow, left-handed shot, no good. Duran pulls it down to keep it alive. A three could tie it. Hilliard. Lost his dribble, almost turned it over right there, but got it back. And he's... Oh, they called a foul on Thomas. I don't agree. That's number 5 on Jimmy. Could have been a block for Castro, but we don't get that stat. Instead, Hilliard's free throws cuts our lead back to 1. They will have to foul. MVP chance for Jimmy Thomas, who is coming to his own as the number 1 scoring option on this team. Over 24 points per game this year. A big boost from our first year with him. And he goes 1 for 2. That's not good. You can't do that with MVP chance, man. Under 16 seconds on the clock. Boyd with it. Hardy once again on one-on-one coverage. Boyd inside. Blocked! What did he play? Locking down a top 2 MVP vote getter. And we're going to have some big free throws for the 2nd overall pick, Dustin Person. He has not taken too many in showcase games, but now is his chance to potentially put this game out of reach for the Neptunes. And he knocks them both down. They will call timeout, trailing by 4. Just 5 seconds left. Jovanovic leaves it for Naz Reid, and the game is over. Pittsburgh hangs on to win 113 to 109. A big defensive stuff by Clint Hardy on Mac Boyd of all players. What a way to win. That might have actually been a block for somebody else because Hardy does not get credit for it. Was that Person instead on the block? I'm not really sure. But 32 and 10 here for Thomas, only missing 5 shots in total. Was close to fouling out again, but luckily he does not here in this one. 19 points for Towns and Hardy. Person 5 for 13. And we come out on top thanks to some really solid 4th quarter defense. We have dropped our last 3 games against the Miami Heat, the Pistons, and the Raptors, 2 of which are not going to make the playoffs or the play-in tournaments. Not what you want to see. Pretty back and forth, kind of just trading wins and losses here to close the season. We're still holding on to 10th place in the conference, though, with 8 games left on the schedule. The Raptors, though, are a half game back from us. We do have 1 game in hand on them, so it might be more difficult than we realized to lose out on the play-in tournament, but they are right on our tail. The Nets have a chance, but they have 2 games left less than we do, so who really knows how this will shake out, but we're close to finding out. Let's keep going. Despite 27 points for Jimmy Thomas, it's not enough to get the win. Kind of an off shooting day for both Wilson Towns and Castro once again. He's taking 17 shots a game. That's a little bit too much for my liking, given how inefficient he has been from the field. Had her chances, but could not come out on top. 29, 6-6 for Martin Red. Jerome Vaughn, 15, 8-7, but no defensive stats here in this one, oddly enough. We split our next 4 games, 3 of which were pretty close finishes. A 2-point loss against the Hawks, a 4-point win against the Lakers. 35 for Gill for LA, but not enough to get the win. 26 more for Thomas. 18 for Towns. Castro 4 for 11, still taking several threes per game. We get one back against Miami, who's now 40-40. They've actually really closed the year strong, and they've actually are going to make the play-in tournament, like, for sure. 29 for Mercer, a near triple-double for Glenn Carroll, and 27, 23, and 21 for 3 of our players en route to a nice 4-point victory. And then in the loss against the Knicks, who moved to 43-37, also finishing the year very strong, Castro puts up a near career high in terms of points with 26 here in this game, but Towns and Thomas do not shoot very well here in this one, and Malone and Hardy both kind of struggle off the bench. AC Reeves 27, 20 more from Whitney and Stevie Richardson, and we drop this one in a blowout 32-point loss. We have 3 games left on the season. Every single team above us has clinched a play-in tournament spot. If we win this next game, then I believe we secure a play-in tournament spot as the final team to make it in the postseason. So let's go ahead and jump into the second half of this one and see if we can close this game out against the Wizards, who are 35-45 with a couple games left. Coming out of halftime here at Capital One Arena, it is a 4-point Wizards lead, 56-52. Again, if we just win this game, then we secure the play-in tournament spot and don't have to worry about our last 2 games on the season. The 3, good from Wilson Towns. He's been way better behind the arc in the couple games that we have jumped into so far in this episode. Can they respond, though? The 3 won't drop in. I think that was Freddie Simmons behind the arc. Now here in Washington. Or was it somebody else? It looks a little bit different, but same hairstyle. I'll check that here in a moment. Hardy's left open to make it 2 in a row for the Force. It is also not Simmons. It is Lester Lowry. Never heard of him before, but Calbert Miles left it short on the jump shot, and we get it back, leading by 2. Quick 3. No good from Thomas. Step back 3. Griffin can't knock it down. Towns at the rim, blocked from behind. Calbert Miles picks up the stuff. Another 3, and they're gonna call what? That is a late whistle, ref. Excuse me, what? That cannot be three free throws. That is a clean block. That is insane. I don't blame Castro at all for that. That is clean in my eyes. Lowry knocks down the first 2. And cannot put the Wizards back on top. We're tied. Up to Thomas. 1-on-1. He throws it up. No good. Nice feed inside. Off the glass and out. Calbert Miles can't get one to drop. He's 1 for 8 here in this game. Hardy lets it fly again. No good. Nice little crossover. Conley, no good. Miles on the glass for 2. Quick shots. Wilson Towns drills the mid-range jumper. He's got 14 points on 71% shooting. Pick and roll. And stolen by Castro, cutting off the pass. Dumped inside. Person rocks the rim off the Jimmy Thomas assist. That is how you score on a fast break. The handoff. And the shot's good from Griffin to tie things up again. More space again. Hardy being left open several times here in this third quarter, but has only hit one of those threes so far. Handoff to Griffin again. He penetrates, pump fakes, and misses the step back. But Miles pulls down the rebound and is fouled on, I guess, a shot. Wilson Towns, by the way, now up to 21 points per game. He's improved these last couple of weeks on the offensive end. But the free throws from Calvert Miles will put Washington back in the lead by a single point. Run downtown. Another miss. 3 straights for Clint Hardy. Screen for Griffin. A foot inside the arc. This time he's on the board. Shot clock winding down. Towns blows by Lowry, but Miles comes over to help and denies the teardrop. Uh-oh, that's an open 3, but Lowry can't knock it down. Under 5 again. Thomas blocked out of bounds by Griffin. They'll stay with the force, but less than 2 seconds on the shot clock. Inbound pass to Thomas. Same spot as the last attempt, and that one rims out. Vaughn just sneaks inside, but can't finish thanks to some great pickup defense from Homer Castro. He finds Person for a wide open look just a couple feet away. And they turn the ball over. Conley, just steps out of bounds. We get it back, trailing by 1. Under 6 to play here in the quarter. Jaden Hardy steps in and leaves it for Hardy. This time he drills it. Vaughn rises but misses. Off the Berea screen. Towns back to him for the jam. Pittsburgh up by 4. Off the dribble. Conley lost it but got it back. And now he draws the foul. That's unlucky.
Second personal foul. Third team
He is cold apparently from the field though. But now 5 for 6 from the line here at Capital One. The free throws are perfect. Open look. Hardy knocks it down. Nothing but silk. Trying to beat Towns off the dribble, but Vaughn lost it. Hickman takes it down low, and Person rejects it. I mean, this is a great episode for him on the defensive side of the ball. He is absolutely killing it. His jump shot is also gonna drop in. Okay.
assist goes to
Inside to Miles. No good over Berea. Playing some good defense these last couple of trips down. Whipped inside. Person too strong. The putback won't drop in either. And Berea picks up a steal after Calvert Miles tried to step into a three-pointer. Person once again misses a foot away. Hickman playing some solid low-post defense right now for Washington. On the other end, better defense again by Person as Vaughn can't lay it in. Christie to Person, almost stolen. Berea tried to just throw it up. Gotta square up next time. Two-man game here with Conley and Vaughn. He bodies Towns, but really good defense, just better offense. I can't complain. Person. Deep 3. It's good. He's showing off what he can do on both ends. He's got 22 in this game. 9 in the quarter. Shot clock under 5. Back to Miles. Readjusting. No good. And Christie boxes out for the rebounds. For a double-digit lead. No good from Person. All the way inside. That's a nice pull-up there from Vaughn to get back on track after a slow start to this third quarter. Under a minute to go, we're going to call timeout, up by 6. Behind the arc and fouled. It's Jimmy Thomas. Drawn to third against Mel Conley. The front end. Drops in for the Archangel. Last time we saw this team, I believe that is, it's not Igor Nevsky, is it? But that number 44 guy, that guy is a defensive menace. So be ready for him to make some plays here on both ends. Nice moves by Vaughn, and he knocks down the mid-range jumper. Nice flare outs, open look, and Thomas ain't gonna miss it. Nice hand inside, it is Nevsky. Is it Igor Nevsky? It might be, actually. Maybe I got confused there, but either way, a 7-point game. Last shots of the quarter, Keon Malone uses the window to put it in for a deuce. And we go to the fourth quarter leading by 9. Gotta protect it. That almost went in. 84-75.
75. The away team, 84.
Fourth quarter begins. A foot inside the arc. Vaughn can't knock it down. Pretty back and forth day for him, at least here in this third quarter. That inside, or at least that was the idea there from Towns. Instead, Marshall cuts it off. It's back in the hands of Washington. Just our 9th turnover here in this game. Nevsky fires over Thomas and knocks it down. Out of the corner, this is Christie. No good behind the arc. Back to Nevsky. He's got 2 straight buckets. I said be ready for him. He can score. He can play defense. He's a very solid piece here with this Wizards team. Off the window and left short by Thomas. Screen comes up. The shots, good from Marshall. They have closed the gap to 3 within 2 minutes of this quarter starting. Malone the pick and the roll. Towns fires over a defender, no good. Sloppy offense so far. And Vaughn could have made it a 1-point game right there, luckily not. Out of the corner again comes Christie. He pumps. Has to hand it off. Back to him. And he lays it in with 3 defenders around him. From the elbow, another miss from Vaughn. Slow start for him here in this fourth quarter. And Towns has a wide open layup off a great feed from Thomas. Towns now 6 for 10 here in this one. A +11 plus minus. Marshall trying to show off the range, and Keon Malone is fouled out. 6 fouls off the bench, and now he's going to gift 3 points to Washington. Not what you want to see. That's already our 2nd time, I believe, fouling them on a 3-pointer in this game. Marshall misses the 2nd shot and ends up going 1 for 3. A lucky break. Oh, nice little slash inside. The reverse layup is good from Wilson Towns. Stolen by Thomas. Marshall just lost the handle. And Thomas picked his pockets. Towns off the window, too strong this time. It's tipped out to Nevsky. Inside feed, nearly stolen. Instead, it's a bucket for Isaac Hickman. Shot clock under 10. Step back. No good from Thomas. On the other end, AJ Griffin back in the game for the Wizards. Shot clock comes under 5. The 3 from Lowry is blocked by Thomas. Fast break up to Hardy. He throws up and knocks down the teardrop. Defense to offense, gotta love it. 5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Pittsburgh leads by 8. Marshall makes it 5. Off-ball screens for Thomas. He's wide open. The Archangels here to play in the fourth quarter. 6 more threes for Pittsburgh than the Wizards. We've been a whole lot better from downtown since making that trade, but also kind of fixing the playbook, giving some guys some better plays as Griffin tries to respond but can't knock it down. Thomas tries again. That one hits back iron. Handoff, Griffin between 2 defenders, too much space to knock it down. It's 95-89. Oh, trying to go over the top, and another just kind of weak pass by Towns. That's stolen by Nevsky. Lowry with it. To Hickman. His jumper won't drop in. Up to Person. He pulls up and missed it, but Castro comes flying in for the rebound, and he's fouled from behind. Free throws for the big man, trying to prove himself going into his 3rd season and maybe another play-in tournament appearance. Conley back in for Washington. Miles checks in too, and Castro hits the back end. Conley floats it up and in. Nice play. And almost a turnover by Towns. Luckily, Castro with a heads-up play. Person with a perfect shot from the charity line. He's been awesome here in this game on both sides. Off the screen, the 3, good from Griffin. It's a 4-point ball game. Okay, guys, got to lock down here on defense now, and also keep the offense up. Cannot slow down here late in this ball game. Towns is fouled on his way to the rim. Number 2 against Lester Lowry. The first one is good. Has he been better at free throws recently? Or am I just thinking too much here? Maybe I'm thinking too much. No easy shots, please. Griffin tries again. That one's contested. It's left for Hardy. That one just rims out. Still a 5-point game. Back over the top, and Castro. Oh, I thought that was a Castro foul. Apparently it's on Wilson Towns instead. First free throw, no good from Miles. I will take that. He's had 13 boards here in this game, but splits the free throws. And backdoor. Whoa! The backcourt links up. Towns to Thomas. He rocks the rim and forces a Washington timeout. What a play. Over the top feed. Rejected twice on the pass and the shot by Castro. Great inside defense. Flare outs. The 3, good from Hardy. He leads back to 9. Under 3 to go here at Capital One Arena. Just got to hold on a little bit longer and we will make the play-in tournaments. A foot inside the arc gets drilled by Miles. Rolling to the rim and nobody's there. Castro all alone inside the paint. Out of the corner. It's left for Griffin. He slashes inside and Hardy picks up another clutch block. Screen comes up. Lob for Castro. He lays it in for another wide open look. Conley fires over Thomas. That one's not going to fall. Off the screen. Back to Person. Uncontested. 3. That's the dagger. Good night, Washington. What a game for the number 2 pick. Showing off the offense and defense here in this game. Griffin responds, but I think it's too little too late for the Wizards. And the Pittsburgh Force are going to hang on to win here on the road in the nation's capital. And we have secured a postseason appearance once again. 22 points in this losing effort for Mel Conley, 13 boards for both Calvert Miles and Isaac Hickman, but they're finally led by Dustin Person to a win, and it's going to secure our spot in the play-in tournament. He drops 27 and 11 in the win. Wait, was my math wrong? Oh no. All of that just for me being incorrect. Okay. Well, if we lose our last 2 games, and the Raptors win their last 2 games, and they will secure it. It's between us and them for the 10 seed. I guess I was wrong. Let's go find out what's going to happen. Against the Milwaukee Bucks, we've already lost to a couple of times this season. Just going to sim through it. Milwaukee, with a strong start, we kind of climb back in the game, but then same story in the ending, and we end up losing 113 to 101. That's not good. Did the Raptors lose? They have not played yet, but they do face the Houston Rockets in this game. They're second to last on the season. We'll sim through April 8th. And if we go back to Daily View, the Raptors won the game in dominant fashion. Don't tell me that I was completely wrong, only for us to miss out on the play-in tourney. We have 1 game left. It is against the Kings. Who are the Raptors playing today? It's going to be after us. They will face... Where the hell are they? They're going to face the Lakers, who are only 40 and 41. Oh, man. So if we lose, they win, then we're out. I guess we'll just have to sim it, and if it's close with like a few minutes left, I guess we'll jump in to watch it. I thought that was gonna be enough. That win against the Wizards, apparently not. Got a slim lead here against the Kings. Pretty back and forth second half here. We're holding on still to a lead. But they're still in arm's reach. We're approaching the end of the game here in the 4th quarter. Just trying to hold on. Oh no, it's a 5-point game with 3:44 to go. We're gonna have to watch the rest. I don't want to watch us completely blow this, but let's jump in. Oh great, and Luka's got 2 free throws here to make it a 1-score game. And he knocks them both down. It's 112 to 109. Keontae George checks in for the rest of it. So we have all 5 starters out there. Can this young starting 5 close out the season with a win? Wilson Towns can't knock it down. We gotta play some good defense here, guys. The screen for George. His mid-range jumper is no good, but Stepanovic pulls down the board. Oh no, he's got 12 on 71% shooting. If we somehow blow this and the Raptors win, this is going to be quite the embarrassing episode, not only for me, but also this team. The shot won't drop on the baseline from Thomas, and the Kings can put themselves in front. Kelly does just that. No! Backdoor. Hardy throws it up, off the window, left it short. Not a smart shot, very contested. Luka tries a three. No good. Somebody make a play. Open three. Hardy, you gotta hit that. Do you know what is on the line? Back door. And it's gonna be a foul. Oh my God. I can't watch this. The front end is good. And we have jumped in just to watch the Kings go on a 9-0 run. Come on, man. Inside to Castro. That's not the right shot. Doncic over two defenders. No good. Go for it. 5-on-4. Hardy. Another open miss. You're cut from the team for that. Are you serious? Not actually. But come on, man. Two wide open bricks. And we have not scored in over 2 minutes of game time. The screen from Ivanovic. The shot from George. No good. We still have a shot, but we gotta put the ball in the hoop. Towns. Wide open look. Finally, somebody does something. It's not over. He's got 36. He wants to make the play in Tourney. Does anybody else in this starting five want to join him? Corner three. Kelly, no good. How does he get the rebound? Somebody box the fuck out. This hurts the soul. Castro lays it in, though. That's a pretty nice finish, but now you gotta get a stop and you gotta box out. For the love of all that is holy. Wow. Wow. Wilson Towns called for a foul. We've been called for 7. And Luka has more free throws. That's just a complete waste. The free throws are splits. We have a chance. For the tie, Tommy slips inside for the deuce. 119 all with 34 to go. We gotta pull off the win now, guys. Guerrero with it. Back to Luka. Screen comes up. Towns right in Luka's face. Guerrero misses the three. We're gonna have a chance to walk it off. Come on, guys. We can do it. .7 on the clock. Do not turn this ball over, whatever you do. And find a smart shot if you can. Towns with it. Fade away, deep three. It rattles out, and the Kings will have .4, but this game is definitely going to overtime. The Kings cannot get a shot off in time. And do you believe this, folks? In Game 82, our play-in postseason hopes are coming down to the absolute last seconds. Extra basketball, free basketball, in our last game of the entire season. Overtime tip-off is won by Ivanovic. All right, here we go. Wish I could have seen the Raptors score before this game. Nice steal there by Thomas. He's going to fire a three. The step back won't drop in. Screen comes up. George knocks it down. Kings back in front. Towns fires. No good from the elbow. Up to Luka. Fast break three. Offline. Another offensive board. Ivanovic is killing us. And it's pretty clear right now that offensive rebounding or, defensive rebounding is still a major concern for this team. Until that gets a lot better, which it might not with Castro. Who knows where this team can go? Hardy, a big three. He missed 2 wide open looks there in the fourth quarter, which could have changed the entire game. But Guerrero can't respond. All right, let's get back in front here. Inside, Person is going to fire. Left-handed, too strong. Sacktown is loud. Luka readjusts and draws the foul, number 4. Now on Wilson Towns. Only 11 points in the game. 0 for 4 from downtown is Luka. As we take out Person to bring in Keon Malone. Not really sure what the idea is there, but the Kings lead by 3. Back to Malone, inside with the one-handed stuff. Great pass by Towns. Uh-oh, inside, and that's a nice stop at the rim. Malone making plays on both ends. Right when he checks in, Castro for the lead. Let's go. ISO ball. Never mind, there's a screen. Luka steps back and nails the mid-range jumper. Hardy. Shot clock under 5. Leaves it for Malone. That's a contested shot over Guerrero. That's not going to be a good look at all. Under 2 minutes to go. George hits the 3. It's a 4-point game. Come on, man. We have been terrible off of both on and off ball screens. This game and most of our season, Thomas will cut their lead in half. Luka all the way to the rim, and another foul is called on Towns. Please miss one of these. The first one is good. Person back in. Luka 2 for 2. Inside, Castro rocks the rim. We gotta get a stop here, though. Both benches on their feet. Guerrero steps back, and it's good off the glass. That was insanely contested. Oh, man. This is not going to be easy. Thomas with it. 1-on-1 against Keontae George, trying to make things happen. He throws it up and out, playing too much hero ball here in the waning moments of this game. It's not over yet, though. Unless they score here, which they do on the lob to Guerrero. We have to hit a 3, get a stop, and hit one more 3. Thomas just takes it inside and throws it like 10 feet in the air. What the hell was that? He got it to go, but now we're going to have to really lock down on defense and also just foul him, I guess. And our point guard is out of the ball game. At this point, we are hoping for a Raptors loss because we are not going to win this one. Oh, man. That is brutal. I am sorry for giving you guys misinformation during that Wizards game. And myself, too. You both were fools. And the Kings hold on to win here in Sacktown. And if the Raptors win their last game, our year is over completely. We're going to have to wait and see the results of Game 82. Wemby wins another MVP. Dustin Person wins Rookie of the Year. Gotta love that. He ends up with 13, 8, and 4 per game. About 1 steal, 1 block per game. 48% from the field is great for a rookie. And he shot 33% behind the arc. Imagine what he can do next year with some pretty good development in the offseason. Chester Simon, 6th Man of the Year over in Denver. Wemby wins Depoy again. Jackson Terrell, Most Improved Player. Scoot Henderson, Clutch Player of the Year. Mitch Johnson over in San Antonio wins Coach of the Year. And Moochie Fresh over in Seattle wins Executive of the Year. Now time for the All-NBA selections. All-NBA first team, Wemby, Boyd, Henderson, Luka, and Ja Morant. The second team, you got Josh Giddey, Cunningham, LaMelo, Anderson, and AC Cole. Third team, Junior Fleming, Chet Holmgren, SGA, Glenn Carroll, and Darius Garland. All defensive first team, Wemby, Boyd, Mobley, Fleming, Cole. All defensive second team, Edwards, Anderson, Bowman, Chip Hunt, and Chet Holmgren. All rookie first team, Underwood, Dusty, Taylor, Manuel Diaz, Randy Parks, and Dustin Person. And the second team, you got Jamie Pearson, Adrian Bonner, Erno Serb, and Josh Howell alongside Jacob Harrison. And now, the moment of truth. Did we make it? As the 10 seed, the answer is no. Our year is over. Oh man, I feel even worse now about my commentary in the Wizards game. They must have won game 82. We failed to win in overtime, and we have missed out on the, the 2033 postseason, I think it is. That hurts. Maybe that is a blessing in disguise for this team with that lottery pick that we get back from the Pistons. But after all that work, to fall a single game short, a single win short, that is just brutal. But now we can move right into the off-season, folks. The Spurs and Sixers hold on to the 1 seed in either conference. The Neptunes finish at number 2. The Pistons will face the Milwaukee Bucks. The Cavaliers will face the Hornets. Denver will face the Warriors over in the West. The Breeze will host the Kings. And Seattle is the 2 seed. Let's just sim the entire playoffs and see what unfolds. The Cavaliers take down the Neptunes in another 5-game series of the ECF, their second straight time losing in that series in 5 games. Delano Collins wins Western Conference Finals MVP for Seattle, and Garland wins it over in the Eastern Conference with the Cavaliers. It's going to be a Sonics-Cavaliers Finals as the Spurs got upset in the first round by the Pelicans. What? There's no way. They had Wemby, they had Whitmore, they had Fleming, and they lose in 5. And it looks like it's going to be a 5-game series win for the Sonics. I believe they're first in this series. Billy Willis, despite losing the series, wins Finals MVP. Interesting. Player stats at the end of our year with Pittsburgh. Jimmy Thomas, just below 24 points per game, just below 6 rebounds, over 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block per game, 49% shooting, and 42% behind the arc. Wilson Towns ends up shooting pretty much the same as Thomas, so he really played a whole lot better on offense the second half of the year and shot better behind the arc as well, going from like 34% up to 37% from downtown. Over 1 steal per game, over 6 assists per game, 5 rebounds, 21 points. I still think this backcourt is the future of this team, and I was also wrong. Towns is 25, not 27, so that will be better for the timeline of this team. Hardy ends up shooting below 43%, and he's on a pretty cheap deal next year, so if he does not, shoot that one next year, then we can just bench the guy. Who really cares? Dustin Person, we saw his stats already. Clint Hardy over 11 points per game. He started most of the season after being on the bench for the start of it. 43% from the field, 38% from behind the arc. Castro less than 20% on his threes, only 44%. If he does not have a major uptick in efficiency next year, then we got to find somebody else to play the 5 spot, because that's not going to cut it for a big man. You got to shoot better if you're that tall and you are a center. But he was healthy all year long, which is good. But over 11 points per game, about, 8.5 rebounds per game. He passed the ball pretty well for a big, as did Person. Both guys around 4 assists per game. Malone shot 46%. Harrison 48% before pretty much getting benched the last couple weeks. Or I guess, was he benched? Maybe not. Barea 49%. Christie 51%. Gasol and Campbell below 40%. Same goes for Swift and Lenny Hollins, who shoots only 34%. I am curious, who led our team in efficiency? It's going to be for PER, Jimmy Thomas. For efficiency, Thomas, then Towns, then Person. Game score, Thomas, then Towns, then Person. What about usage rates? Jaden Hardy, then Harrison, then Thomas, then Towns. So 2 bench players, pretty high usage. And then EWA, how many wins were added by each player? 14.5 for Thomas, 9.4 for Towns, 7.1 for Hardy, but that also includes when he was on the Raptors. 6.5 for Castro, higher than Person actually. That's very interesting. He's at 6.3, but they're still pretty comparable. 3.2 for Harrison, 1.7 for Malone, and Barea. Nobody else had more than 0. Christie and Hardy, both the lowest on the team. So I think we could use some better bench players. Christie was not supposed to be this involved, but he was, because we gave away Mikal Bridges and Josh Green, who are somehow worse than he was. We end up scoring over 111 points per game, finishing 20th in the league in scoring. We brought our defense down kind of to our level, which is why we were right around 500 at 38 and 44 to close the year. We finish with the middle of pretty much the most mediocre defense humanly possible. Field goal percentage probably wasn't very high. It was actually a top 12, not too bad, but better than I thought. 3-point percentage, 16th. Free throws, don't expect this to be high. Yeah, we're down at 21 here. And then rebounds per game, I think we did a whole lot better to close the year, but we only finished at 15th, so we got to really actually consider some big improvements there, which would mean probably a move to get rid of either Barea and move Castro to our bench, or send Castro somewhere else, because if we don't get development for him, which we won't know until after we make all of our moves, we just won't know. So I think, center is going to be kind of a target for us in either the draft or the open markets once free agents become available. What about second chance points? Probably not very high here. Probably, yeah, we're 30th. Bottom 5. Yeah, that hurts. And then bench points, last in the entire league. So that is clearly a concern for us moving forward. We're going to close out the year by looking at some of the top centers in this draft. Nobody has like crazy badges except for Carl Mills, but he's got the same archetype as Castro, and we really can't go after a guy that is not going to be good offensively. They got to bring ability on that end immediately. We already looked at Don Francis once, but just a refresh on him. He's got blinders, masher, and workhorse, and he can score inside. He's got A+ post defense, A- rebounding, solid potential, and IQ. He's a good athlete, but he's gonna go like top 3, top 5, so probably can't get him. Vladimir Novak is a 7'2" Kristaps Porzingis comparison with only a starter ceiling, so he's probably already reached his ceiling as of right now. He's got some above average post moves. He can defend pretty well inside the paint, and he is a good leaper, which helps him crash the boards. He's got really good offensive skills. Defense is okay. Rebounding, not so much. So if you want to go full offense, he's the guy, but he does not have the highest potential ceiling. I doubt he's going to be a B+ player on paper, actually, so do with that what you will. He's also 22 years old. Lamar Allen, He is offensively challenged. I'm just going to skip over him. Dion Paul can score inside, but can't shoot at all. I would like a guy that could do both immediately, but it just might not be that easy. Might go after free agents if we can't find one here in the draft. Dirk Meyer can score inside a little bit, but that is the exact same rating as Castro, C+. He can knock down mid-range shots, but also, just like Castro, B+ on those kinds of plays. Rebounding A+ is pretty solid, but only B potential for him. He's got back down Punisher and box out Beast. I don't think Castro has box out Beast, which is why he still allows so many offensive rebounds every game. But El Nunez has a pretty good starting place offensively. He's a great inside defender. Rebounding, though, is not where it needs to be, and that needs to be a box that is checkmarked, which is not for him. And he's also got a low IQ, so gonna probably pass on him. We're looking for a very specific archetype of a player here, and it just might not be easy to find here in this draft unless you go for Don Fleming or whatever his name was. C- inside and mid-range scoring for Lou Russell. Rebounding and defense, not really top of the line here. Patrick Peterson, A potential, good athletes, but sucks at rebounding at 7'2". How is that possible, dude? How do you suck at rebounding at 7'2"? I mean, I guess like every center here is massive. Alton Rivers has offensive skills, has A rebounding. He might be the guy despite the post defense not being too great, but it does not really have to be. Could he be an option in like a couple years to be a starter? Who really knows? He's not a great athlete though, which is a concern. Carl Mills, A- potential, A- rebounding, A+ post defense, offense needs work. Harvey King can't shoot threes, but can score inside and hit mid-range jump shots. Post defense rebounding is also there. B+ potential. And he's got an all-star ceiling compared to Andre Drummond. Good vertical leaper. Good low post defender. Can block shots. Interesting. In college, in one game that we have the stats for, 9 and 10, 2 blocks, 1 steal, and he shot poorly. Great. What about 7-foot-tall Sam Perkins? C- inside the mid-range. A+ post defense and rebounding is very nice. And also A- potential. C athlete, that's not pretty bad. Any badges? He's got 1 workhorse. And he has an all-star ceiling compared to Wayne Embry and DeAndre Ayton. But he has poor reflexes. Gotta keep that in mind. Dwight Sparks might be kind of a sleeper pick here. He's 22 years old, yes, but offense, after like 1 year of development, could be in a pretty good area. But, I mean, how much longer can we wait to really get this team to at least a playoff appearance? I don't want to wait too much longer because, you know, I want to start to win some games. He's got A potential, solid athletes, A rebounding, B+ post defense. I think right now he might be my favorite option, plus he has the All-NBA ceiling. So, not opposed to him. He's got back down Punisher, but that's going to be it. He does have 6 personality badges, which is a lot. If you're curious about upcoming free agents, Billy Willis is there, so is Jalen Duren. Imagine he leaves the Neptunes and comes here. I mean, we know what he can do. We've seen him for pretty much the entire series until we took over Pittsburgh, so we know what he can do at 30 years old. I'm definitely open to offering Willis, but if the Cavaliers don't match it, that would just completely make 0 sense. Ben Gilliard also will be a free agent, but he will also probably get that qualifying offer. So, you know, not a lot of options at center. There's going to be Mark Law, who can definitely score. A+ inside defense, A+ rebounding too. He might be a sleeper option here. He's a 2-way inside the arc finisher. And this year, he did shoot 61% from the field. and put up about 8.6 points per game and 8.4 rebounds per game off the bench in New Orleans. And this was the team that upset the Spurs in the first round. So he might also be given a qualifying offer, though. So might not have the best options here. Walker Kessler is 32. A+ rebounding for him. But that might be the only good options, except for perhaps Junior Buford, a two-way sharp shooting player, and he is not going to be restricted. And this year he averaged 17 and 10, 44% from the field, but 40% from downtown. Imagine a stretch 5 that can also get you over 2 blocks per game. He might be our target here after he recovers from this broken wrist. So that's going to be it, folks, as we approach our third offseason here in this series with the Pittsburgh Force. We probably only have like 3 or so more years to really turn this team into a contending team. And hopefully if we can get a really good center that can potentially give Cashaway a run for his money at the 5 spot, like a guy like Buford, then maybe that will turn things around for us and turn the fortunes around for Pittsburgh. That's going to be it here in this one, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Please like, subscribe, leave your thoughts down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in our third off season, folks. Peace out. Have a good day.